I think it's pretty safe to say that when we examine the sequel trilogy by Disney and Lucasfilm, a lot of fans around the world had a lot of issues with not just The Last Jedi, but also The Rise of Skywalker. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this was a foundation to create new Star Wars lore. We do know that J.J. Abrams talked about this, that he wanted to develop new lore for the future of the Star Wars franchise. This all, of course, lies directly with the Sith Eternal, the world of Exegol, Palpatine's resurrection, which, by the way, is going to be further explained in the upcoming novelization next month in March. So, looking forward to that. And I myself will be covering that, so if you guys have no interest in buying the book, we will be explaining it here. Now, beyond everything related to the sequel trilogy, a lot of fans have been wondering about what could have been before the reshoots and the rewrites for The Rise of Skywalker by Disney and Lucasfilm. In case you guys did not know, Kathleen Kennedy and even the editor Mary Ann Brandon actually admitted to this, that this was by far the toughest production there was for the Star Wars sequel trilogy because of firing Colin Trevorrow, because of the different rewrites and the reshoots of this movie and how they had far less time to work on the film in its principal photography stage in comparison to The Force Awakens. So in that process, it really was very tough for Disney and Lucasfilm to really get this done on time. And there was even talk at one point in order to split this movie either into two parts or to delay the movie until May of 2020, which honestly I think would have been a better choice to go through with. So with that being said, on top of all of this, now that Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker and moving on with their new Star Wars universe, many fans are curious with exactly how the franchise will evolve into something new. However, many are also very curious with what could have been before the reshoots and the rewrites of the film back in late 2019. Disney and Lucasfilm went through many changes, and of course during the months of August, September, and October, and in the process this actually led to a series of deleted scenes by J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, where one of the scenes had to do with Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by HAYDEN Christensen, where the sequence was actually said to take place within the netherworld of the Force, where both Rey and Kylo Ren would be holding a Jedi and Sith holocron to connect with the netherworld and communicate with the Force ghosts of the past. This was all said to originally take place on the world of Coruscant, where this was said to be a moment in which Anakin's Force ghost originally was going to provide a deep and valuable lesson about Palpatine to both Rey and Kylo Ren, before facing him on the world of Exegol, and how he was the one directly responsible for morphing his reality of what is good and evil. This scene was only partially shot, however it was said to actually have been created by George Lucas, and that the Force ghosts of Kenobi and Yoda would be standing before Anakin during the scene. Now, another sequence for Anakin that was also partially shot with HAYDEN Christensen involved a segment in which Anakin was the one to face Palpatine's spirit instead of Luke in the later edits, where Anakin would be the one to drag Palpatine's spirit into the netherworld of the Force, where his spirit was actually destroyed once and for all. This scene was also said to introduce a brand new Skywalker theme by John Williams that would be meant for the character of Anakin toward the very ending of the film. So the thing about Anakin Skywalker, I don't know about you guys, but to me, this would have really made the movie. This was something that was really missing from Episode 9. And we do know that J.J. Abrams originally said that there was more than two different meanings for the title of Episode 9, which obviously, if you look at the finalized version of the movie, it's now dwindled down to only two meanings. We have where Rey is the Skywalker who rises because she calls herself a Skywalker, which is something that I really do not agree with, but that's just my opinion. And we have the other meaning, where Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, he's actually climbing out of the pit on the world of Exegol. So that's the thing, everything related to Episode 9 here, how it really led to a series of deleted scenes, like the ones with Anakin Skywalker, that were partially shot with actor HAYDEN Christensen. It's very unfortunate that we did not get to see this on the big screen, and it's also very unfortunate for fans that we did not get to see the opportunity to have Anakin's Force Ghost play a major role in a major Skywalker saga film that ends everything. And this, to me, I think was a deal breaker. It really was. It's something that really a lot of fans had issues with, and it's also something that Disney and Lucasfilm really had their last opportunity to really kind of create Anakin in a very interesting style for both, of course, the Star Wars community and the fans around the world. So, when we look at everything here of what they tried to do with Palpatine's spirit and the netherworld of the Force, and how Anakin was going to be quite useful to both Kylo and Rey, and the destruction of the Sith once and for all, you can only imagine what they wanted to do with Episode 9 before these reshoots and these rewrites. Kathleen Kennedy got in the way, obviously, because she actually had power on some of the creative, choices of this film. It's one of the main reasons as to why she delayed the production of the Kenobi TV series as well. And just keep in mind that she won't have any creative, control over any projects after 2021. So any new projects that are going to be released in 2022 and moving on forward, Kennedy will not have control over those. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.